I spent $25,000 on Google and made back $250,000 of gross commissions. That's $230,000 of profit over 1 year. And we continue to do it year over year over year, and I'm going to teach you how. The first thing you have to understand is what I call the Google stack. And it's understanding what every part about Google is and how they can make money for your business and then how to use them. The first thing I'm going to talk about here is called Google Local Services. And if you're not familiar with Google Local Services, you need to wake up and climb out of your hole. Realtors are now using this to generate tons and tons of business throughout the entire year, even in slow markets. It is always the first two spots on Google, and believe it or not, it is completely free to have your face being shown on the top of Google. Now, you only get charged when somebody clicks on the call or message now button to your business. And you only get charged if it's an actual buyer or seller. If it's a renter spam junk, you actually do not need to pay for these leads. There will be a link down in the description below for Google Local Services, and once you go through all of the Google stack, we're going to take you through how to get started on each and every one of these platforms. Next up, we have Google My Business, which is the free version of Google Local. This is where businesses can now have their own profiles and actually rank on the first page of Google as well. And it does not cost any money to have this profile, nor does it cost when someone takes an action on this profile. However, it does take a lot more effort and a little more knowledge of how to get up here and ranking on top of the page. Next, we have what's called Google Organic, and that is the rest of the results. It's also known as SERP, or Search Engines Results Page. And this is where you can actually create content on your website, and that content can be displayed right here on Google. Now, I know exactly what you're thinking. There's no way that this could possibly be that easy. And no, you're right. Nothing is that easy, but it is possible. And if you know how to do it, what to do, you can absolutely do this for yourself without paying anybody a pile of money to do your Google or SEO, or whatever it is you call it, for you. Now, this video is not going to be long enough to teach you every single thing you need to know about getting on these platforms, but I am going to give you exactly where to go to get started on each and every one of these platforms. And we're going to start off with Google Local Services. Quick reminder, Local Services is one of these two spots up here and the first page of Google. It shows up first on mobile and on desktop, and is one of my highest converting leads, one of the best ROIs I've seen in the real estate industry, period. When used properly, Google Local Services produces leads for anyone, anywhere, anytime. Leads that convert on the first phone call at about a 10% rate, which, if you know real estate numbers, that is incredibly high. To get started, click the link in the description below, or search on your Google search engine Google Local Services, and it will come up usually the first result. From this page, you want to click on Get Started. Once you select state, zip code, and category, we're going to click on Check Eligibility. Now, it'll always say eligible unless you are in Canada or outside the US, where they may not have this yet. It is coming to Canada and outside the US, just not quite yet. Once you get to this section here, you just want to go ahead and fill out all the information. Again, this video is not long enough to take you through the entire steps. However, I do have a video on my channel that takes you through the entire setup and optimization of Google Local Services. So be sure to go to my channel, subscribe, and check out the video that's titled Optimizing Google Local Services. I will also put a link in the description down below, so make sure you watch that video today. Next, we're going to talk about the free version, Google My Business. Google My Business, again, is also known as Google Maps. It is the section beneath Local Services, and it shows up on both mobile and on desktop, and people can interact with it by going to our website, calling us, or sending us a message to our phone. This section right over here. So let's dive in and let's figure out how to get started on Google Maps. The first thing you want to do is make sure you don't already have a profile by mistake. Go to any Google search browser, make sure you're logged into your account, and look for My Business. If you have an account, if you scroll down a little bit, it'll show you all the accounts you have connected to that email account. If you don't have one, then this top result here, we can click on this and click on Google Business Profile. It'll take us to the setup page. It looks very similar to Local Services. I'll put a link down below in the description so you can get started right after you watch this video. And all you have to do is click on Manage Now to get started. Before we get into Google Organic, which is the next thing coming up, if you're watching this before October 18th, 2023, we are doing a limited time only for $2.99 instead of $9.97 course that takes you through all of this stuff and gives you every single tool you need to be successful on Google, content creation, using AI, and Facebook ads. We are running this course regularly now at $1,000 a month, but I am re-recording my content right now. I'm looking for 30 agents that want to go through the course at a discounted price for me to re-record my entire course over again. The link is down in the description. If it's past that date, the link still works, but it's going to be for $1,000 a month, give or take. Last, we have the search engine results page, also known as Google Organic. Let's get right into it. This is how Google Organic looks. It is just a search engine results page, also known as SERP. First off, Google just added in their new generative AI experimental content. This is at the moment experimental, but it is coming to everyone in every browser that uses Google. It is going to be results that are driven by AI, but they're going to be pulling from our websites to feature in these results. So getting on Google Organic is becoming more important than ever in today's world. Next, you have down here, you have the rest of the results here, where usually the first thing you see is people also ask. This is a really nice spot to rank, and it really depends on the kind of article you have and how good the information is. The better the content, the higher likely chance you have of getting in this section here and ranking on this first page of Google. Now, it is really important to note that you need your own website to get into the Google Organic section. You cannot be on your brokerage's website. You cannot be on your real estate agency's website. Whatever site you have that's not your own domain name, you cannot rank on Google very well. Now, if you don't have your own website, there are tons and tons of affordable options. If you are unsure of what to use, let me know and I'd be happy to direct you to one that I like using quite a bit. My favorite right now is actually KV Core. It was funny actually scrolling through this section here, and I noticed a KV Core website actually ranking on the top of the second page of Google. So it ranks very, very, very well for what it is. It is a great source for a website, and it is also a phenomenal CRM. If you're not familiar with it, go check out KV Core's website. That is all. It is pretty straightforward. As long as you provide valuable content that's structured properly, your blogs and content are bound to do well and rank on Google and drive traffic and lead generation for your business for free. Do not underestimate this lead source. So many real estate agents, or almost all real estate agents, way underestimate the power of Google Organic and what it can do for your business and for the longevity of your business. Because as you make more content, as you get better, you get more and more business. Right now, Google is our main source of business here in Maine. And if you are wondering how to do all these things to take advantage of Google, make sure you check out my channel. I have loads of information about using AI to create content, using AI to optimize for SEO, and how to optimize, set up, and manage your Google accounts. It is super valuable information. I promise you, you will love the videos and you will get more value than the time you put into watching these videos. So take care, guys. I really hope you guys enjoy this video, and thank you so much for watching it all the way until the end.